WJOB.
Welcome to Sports Jam!
Everybody get up, it's time for sports now. We've got a real show going down. Welcome to the Sports Jam. It's your chance, talk and rant. It's the Sports Jam. All right. Cut. Hey man, you can't get any better than that.
Hey folks, welcome to the Sports Jam here on AM 1230. WJOB. My name is Mike Zajac, intern here, along with Joe O'Rourke and Sam Sapita.
And the date today is Tuesday, July 30th. It is a cool day outside.
A little rainy.
A little rainy coming in. Not too bad. It's about, 73 degrees according to my cellular device in front of me. So, it's a nice day out.
How was your lunch with Samuel?
My lunch, it was all right. We went to Subway. We actually went to the Subway that we normally go to, and some guy came out and he said, "Huge line, you don't want to be here." So we said, all right. So
Big shout out to that guy because we'd probably still be in line.
Yeah, so we went to the line was like all the way to the door too. So we ended up going to the Subway in Walmart, which is just half a block away, and there was absolutely nobody there. So we got our food, got that spicy Italian. Sam, what'd you get?
Meatball marinara, classic.
Sam barely had enough money to pay for it as usual, just flying by the seat of his pants. They gave him how much the total was, and he's like, I don't even know if I have enough money. Just throwing out dollar bills.
Sam.
Yeah.
He was able to cover it, though. Even bought a big drink. He said, "Do I have enough for a big drink?" Like a child.
Like a big gulp?
No.
One of those type?
No, just
not that big?
Nope, just a 30-ounce drink, but he had to ask them if he had enough money to buy one.
30-ounce drink.
I like the
And you wonder why he has to go to the bathroom all the time during the show.
And then we came back and had hella cookies. So
There you go.
Oh, yeah, they were provided.
Those were delicious. Were those from Subway, too?
I think so. They're very comparable to the cookies that you get at Bishop Knoll.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's why Bishop Knoll cookies are...
Bishop Knoll cookies?
Maybe they order them
Fun
from...
fact, actually.
They
very
make them from scratch?
Probably not.
Yeah, okay. Kind of what I thought. What did you guys do yesterday?
219-845-1100 is the number here. What did I do yesterday?
What did you do yesterday?
I went to work out and at the Vrabel stable. And
Excellent.
shout out to Jim. And then I came home. I did some homework for my math test coming up tonight. So, yeah. How about you guys?
We went to our friend's house and borrowed their trailer. Their covered trailer that we'll need for moving me down to school tomorrow.
Yeah, you're not going to be here tomorrow and Thursday.
I won't be here tomorrow. I won't be Thursday because I'll be moving out of my old apartment at Ball State into my new one. So we went and cleared out the trailer so we could take it, and then went to my buddy's house, picked up a couch that they're giving me, put their new couch in. I'm pretty much just getting stuff ready for today because tonight I'm going down to – we're going to our lake house tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're driving the rest of the way to Muncie. Gonna say goodbye to the Ocho. That's the apartment I lived in. We called it the Ocho because apartment 8.
Nice.
And
nice.
Thursday moving into the new place. So, also pretty exciting for me yesterday
Because you're paying so much money on that.
Oh my
new rent.
gosh, $672 or something a month for rent for just me.
Jeez.
I know. But I got some exciting news yesterday. My buddy called me actually while we were doing Harlow's show. I kept getting we got when we had that meeting with Jim yesterday. He was blowing me up with calls.
Yeah, that was very rude of you.
What do you mean?
You just keep looking at your phone. Jim's talking to us.
No.
You're jealous because no one's blowing up your phone.
No. Somebody called Jim. He answered, so I took the chance to look at my phone and see who was calling me. Then I put it back away.
Okay.
I did not look at my phone once. All right, anyway. So then I called him after the meeting, and he said that I can, in fact, play for our Chili's softball team. I've been working at Chili's for the past 5 years, except for the summer, obviously, because I'm here. And I've played in the softball team every year. And this year, even though I don't even work at Chili's anymore, the manager said, you can have one shift. Just pick up one shift this weekend, and you can come to our tournament Sunday. So I'm pretty excited about that because I love that Chili's tournament. We go out to South Elgin. It's a huge round of, 64. It's all the Chili's teams from Indiana, Illinois. They usually get a representative out of Kentucky, one out of Wisconsin. It's just a huge Midwest tournament, And it's a whole day event, so I'm pretty excited that I get to take part in that again.
Bring your Paul Konerko-like skills to the tournament.
For real. And some of the fences are 275, which is totally within home run distance.
You have to bring your Eddie Lacy-like strength.
We'll get to Eddie
Yeah,
Lacy
we'll
a
get
little
to
bit
him later. Yeah.
But anyway, pretty excited about that, so that was my day. Let's talk about the Cubs and the Sox and their days yesterday. The Sox lost 3-2 to Cleveland. Johnny Danks pitched 6 innings, allowed only 2 hits, 1 earned run, but he walked 4 people, struck out 3. He's not been that great since coming back from the injury. Definitely not living up to that contract he just signed. I know they're trying to trade him, or they're at least entertaining offers, but honestly, his contract's not looking that good at this point. Diane Viciedo went 2 for 4 with a double and a triple yesterday. He is now hitting .309 with a .917 OPS in July. He's just been tearing the cover off the ball this month, so hopefully I think he's up to 9 home runs. So
he could be a trade guy getting traded soon.
I don't think so.
No?
I think if they traded him, they'd be selling low on him because last year he had 25 bombs, had a pretty good year. His average was a little low.
All right.
When this year he's only hitting, I think he's up to 254 now, 9 home runs. So he's obviously having a down year, but I think they should hold on to him. His bat is way too good to give up on already. Alexi Ramirez 1 for 4, 2 stolen bases. Now has 23 stolen bases on the year. I'm pretty sure he's on pace to set his career high in stolen bases, which hopefully improves his value for a trade possibly in the next 24 hours now, 25 hours away from the trade deadline ending. Miami lost yesterday, so the Sox did not gain any ground on them. They remain a half game out of the number 2 overall pick in next year's June draft. The Sox will play the Indians tonight at 6:05. The pitching matchup was supposed to be Jake Peavy versus Scott Kazmir. However, Peavy has been scratched, not because of an injury, not because of a trade, but because of a possible future trade. They don't want him to pitch today and get injured.
Right.
So they are actually pushing him back till tomorrow. Andre Renzo will make history tonight as the first Brazilian-born Major League pitcher ever.
Really?
Yep, he's getting called up. He's going to pitch tonight. You know who the only other Brazilian-born player, pitcher, or hitter to ever play was?
Hall of Famer?
Nope, not even.
Do I
still
know?
playing. He's still playing right now.
Still playing. Can you give me a hint?
He plays for the Indians, actually.
Plays for the
He'll
Indians.
face off tonight.
Is he pitching?
Nope, he's a hitter.
He's a hitter.
What position?
Yeah, that just give it.
Yeah,
it's gonna give it away. It'll give it away.
Is it I got 2 guesses.
Outfielder?
No.
I got
No.
Is Drupal Cabrera
Nope.
No.
and Carlos Santana are my 2 guesses.
No.
Because those
False and false.
I'm really not sure where they're from. So
Johnny Peralta from down there?
Nope.
he's on the Detroit Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. He moved. I don't know.
Jan Gomes.
Never heard of him.
Really?
I know that
Yeah.
is.
Jan Gomes. He was also born in Brazil. They are actually both born in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and they are 1 year apart. I kind of wonder if they ever knew each other or played ball against each other down there. I don't know. I'm assuming some reporter will do a story on this after the game tonight.
How about you do that?
I'll do that.
Yeah. How about you go?
I'll go talk to them. I'll go call them up and say, "Hey, yo, Jan." Yeah, I should probably.
We try to get
squeaky chair
Jan
away from me.
on the show.
Yeah, we'll get Jan Gomes
Yeah.
calling in. We'll get Andre Renzo calling in maybe.
Speak Spanish?
I take Spanish.
Portuguese is actually the
Portuguese,
language
that's
of
right.
Brazil, but I'm sure he speaks English as well. So yeah, that should be pretty interesting. I actually have a reason to watch the game tonight, the Sox game, when Chris Sale's not pitching.
All right.
You can actually watch because it'll be Renzo's Major League debut, first Brazilian pitcher ever, and against Jan Gomes, hopefully, if they start him tonight. The Cubs lost 5-0 yesterday to the Brewers. Their starters now have a streak of 21 innings pitched without allowing an earned run.
In a row?
Yeah, 21
Wow.
straight innings without allowing an earned run. Someone did allow an unearned run yesterday or a couple days ago, but
All right.
obviously does not count.
Samardzija goes 7 innings, gives up 3 hits, strikes out 7. Pedro Strop, I just talked him up so great yesterday.
Strop sign.
The Strop sign. The guy who could be the potential closer in the future, maybe. Goes a third of an inning in the 9th. Gives up 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. All in the 9th inning. Unbelievable. Junior Lake, 2 for 4. He's starting to hit the ball, hopefully.
Again.
Rizzo, 2 for 3 with a walk. Nate Shearholtz, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Castro didn't strike out, but he did go 0 for 4, as usual. Day-night doubleheader tonight, or today, actually. 120, Carlos Villanueva on the bump. 2-7 on the year, 4.23 ERA. And tonight, 7:05, Jake Arrieta from the Orioles. They got him in that Feldman deal. He's 1-2 with a 7.23 ERA in AAA.
It's not a solid ERA.
No, but it's AAA, so.
That makes it worse.
Exactly. So, the kid's going to get his chance, and we'll see what happens.
Well, he
You never
can't
know.
do,
The Cubs are
he has no pressure.
9.5 games out of the wild card. I don't think they really care if.
It's literally if every other team implodes, maybe,
Pretty much.
then they got a shot.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just hella injuries.
But
is all
they
can
do
hope.
play. They do play Cincinnati 6 more times if
They
they
need
can
every
win.
other player
If they can win
on the
6
Cardinals and Reds to get suspended for PEDs.
Well, it's not going to happen. But the Cubs here, they losing 5-0. They got to score some runs. Their offense is pitiful.
So they roughed up your boy Pedro yesterday, huh?
Yes,
Do
exactly.
you think the Brewers will get a ticket
A ticket for what?
for blowing through the stop sign?
Oh gosh, you're so funny.
I
Hilarious,
like that one.
Joe.
I like that one.
Hilarious.
Someone give me a rim shot.
He's
on
not very
that
good
one.
at stropping teams from scoring.
All
Did
right.
you
Sam,
just
you
come up
kinda
with
just
that?
ruined it.
He did.
I
Did you
wrote
just
it down.
come up-
No, I wrote it
Okay,
down.
you wrote it.
I mean, I came up with it like an hour ago, and I
I
was
appreciate mine, though.
writing these
Mine was
notes
good.
out.
Wasn't mine good, though?
Nope.
I liked mine.
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to what you said there.
See, the best part of the joke was that I set you up, and you didn't know what was coming. You were like, "What do you mean a ticket?" And I got you
Yeah, you got me.
for blowing a strap sign.
Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you. All right. So let's talk about some trade rumors. There's rumors that Peavy or that the Sox have been telling other GMs, yeah, we're just gonna keep Jake Peavy. We're gonna build around him for the future.
Really?
That's just
How old is Jake Peavy? He's got to be
30,
yeah, gotta be in there.
32,
With a rich
33.
injury history.
Yeah, very.
That's a lie. That's just like the Cubs were saying with Matt Garza. Oh, we're gonna just sign him to an extension. That's what we're gonna do. Just trying to scare teams into making better offers or into saying, oh man, I gotta give him a little more if they're really considering keeping him. Peavy's gotta go. 25 hours away now.
Mhm.
It would be a huge mistake to not trade Peavy. I think they really need to trade Rios too. There's rumors that Rios to the Pittsburgh Pirates is close. They're just kind of working on cash right now because the Pirates don't want to pay Rios's
18. is it?
18 million
Yeah.
remaining. I think 14 next year and 4 this year, or something like that. I don't think it's all 18 next year. Maybe it is. I can't remember. But they don't want to pay that all, so that's kind of the obstacle there in that trade. That's Dave Kaplan tweeting that, by the way, and he's a big Cubs guy, so I don't know how true that could be.
Whoa.
What? I'm just saying, he's not a Sox insider.
He's a Comcast Sportsnet. He's
the
Cubs guy, but he's also works for
would you
Comcast
trust
Sportsnet.
Chuck Garfien with Cubs rumors?
Why not?
Because he's not their guy.
So,
I'm not saying he's making things up. I'm just saying
Right.
I don't think he knows as much as some other people may.
all right.
Anyway, where was I in my notes? Jesse Crain got traded yesterday to Tampa Bay. We said on the show yesterday that it was close, but it actually happened now. Traded him to the Rays for 2 players to be named later or cash. It all depends on his. I don't know for sure if it's.
He
his-
should take the money and run.
If it's no, I'd take the players for
No?
sure. Yeah.
Alright.
If it's his performance, or if it's how many games he actually appears in, but basically it's kind of based on his health. If he only pitches, if he's injured while he's with them, the quality of player we get is going to be lower. But if he pitches for them and maybe dominates, we'll get a higher tiered player. But they agreed on the list. I'm guessing the list might be broken up into some sort of qualifiers, like, oh, if he pitches 30 innings and he has an ERA under 3, you can pick from this list. If he, only pitches 20 innings and has an ERA above 4, you can pick from this list. I
Right.
don't know exactly the details, but basically it's conditional players based on how he does or how many appearances that he makes for the team. The Orioles are saying they really want Chris Sale, that they're trying to get him. Sox saying they're not trading him. I wouldn't trade him.
I
That'd be a
wouldn't trade
huge
him either.
mistake.
Unless the conversation includes Manny Machado, I would not talk about trading Chris Sale. And
Chris
it'd have to
Davis?
be- No,
No?
not at all. No,
He's getting old, isn't he? Chris Davis?
I don't think he's getting old. I think he's late 20s maybe,
Yeah.
27.
But he just
Yeah,
kind of he's one of those guys that came out of
This-
nowhere. He's
He
like a,
didn't ace though.
And he's first baseman. Power hitters are not
Yeah.
that hard to come by.
Right.
Manny Machado
We already
is a
have
freak
one.
down at
They already
third,
have one.
and he's super young. He's 20, right? Machado.
2021. Yeah.
I would totally take him.
What if
over
Adam
Chris
Jones
Davis.
was in the conversation?
No,
No.
no,
You're
Chris Sale.
you're fine with Diaza and center. Or
no.
whoever they got
But
out
I'm
there.
not giving up Chris Sale for Adam Jones. It's going to be Machado plus. I'm talking Machado plus.
They do need some offense over there in
Plus
Chicago.
Dylan Bundy, which they won't do. Kevin Gausman, which
Right.
they won't do. But it's not going to happen anyway. So, and then the Cubs are talking about Samardzija
Samardzija, no chance.
being dangled.
No chance. I read some reports earlier. Dale Swam said there's no chance Samardzija gets traded, but there is a good chance that Kevin Gregg gets traded and Nate Shearholtz as well. Kevin Gregg talks about him going to the Rockies. Nate Shearholtz going to Texas or Arizona. Another name from the Cubs who came up there was James Russell. They're not moving him.
Really?
They're sticking with these two guys, Samardzija and Russell, coming up from their farm system.
Samardzija, I can see saying that you're not going to deal him, but James
Russell is one of the best lefties relievers out there.
Yeah, but he's also a reliever. You should not, unless you got a Mariano
Who-
Rivera or some of the Kimbrel.
Right?
I don't see why you'd ever say no. We're not moving this reliever no matter what. You cannot put untouchable on a reliever.
I mean, Russell's still a young guy. He could, still grow into a closer, left-handed closer. You never know.
they call up the Cubs, say, "Hey, Bryce Harper for him." You think they're going to say no to that?
I would. Yeah.
Of course you
But
would.
it's not going to happen.
That's my point, though. Maybe they're not actively shopping him, but there's no way they're saying he's untouchable.
There's no chance on Samardzija, and they're not moving James Russell. They're
Samardzija-
not saying there's no chance on James Russell. I'm sure there is a chance, but they want to keep James Russell for the future along with Samardzija.
All right,
All right.
we'll see.
We shall
I don't
see.
think they need to dump him, but I think they should definitely listen on whatever offers. But we're going to take a break. Real quick before we take the break, I'm forcibly giving a shout out. No, I'm just kidding. Giving a shout out to Jim, or Jed, I guess we should refer to him to our listeners. Jed's baseball and basketball coach when he was just a young boy. Dave Kanish recently retired, and he listens to our show. Apparently he's a fan. So shout out to Dave, who is in his backyard working on yard work, I guess, when he listens to us.
Nice.
So that's cool.
And he is the Munster.
He was. Recently retired at 62, I believe. So shout out to Dave. Thanks for listening. We'll take a break. We'll be right back in just a few.
AM 1230 WJOB. Welcome back to the Sports Jam here on AM 1230 WJOB. Don't forget you can watch us on WJOB1230.com and your smartphones and your tablet apps and all that good stuff.
Although I think we have faces for radio.
Of course we do. Well, I mean, you guys do, but mine is all for the TV, so.
All
See, I have
female
the best
ladies.
face for radio, but
You're not even on the TV half the
If I
time
was.
we're here, so
Or
that's why
ever.
we keep
That's
you
the thing.
wherever.
There's a reason the cameras point away from you, Sam. No one wants to see that hairdo.
it's pretty classic. And
No,
It's
not.
classic.
It's
It's
bad.
great.
It's bad.
It could not be more Bryce Harper trendy-esque right now.
No, he tells me he gets all the ladies with that, but
What, in The
these are
Sims?
facts.
yeah, in the Sims. Oh gosh! All right, let's move on. Railcats top Sioux City. The Railcats broke a 1-1 tie. Zajac City. The Railcats broke a 1-1 tie in the sixth inning with the bases clearing double by Adam Klein and took a 6-2 decision from Sioux City. A single by Klein in the fifth gave the Railcats 1-0 lead before Sioux City answered with a run in the bottom of the inning. The Cats added another 2 runs in the seventh inning on singles by Craig Maddox and Drew Martinez. Starter Billy Spottiswood, I believe, went 7 innings of 4 hit ball, allowed 2 runs and 2 walks. The Railcats scattered 16 hits against Sioux City pitchers. How about that? And North Newton is looking for a junior high football assistant coach. Anyone interested should email Aaron Sutter at nn.k12.in.us. Boone Grove will hold a middle school baseball meeting Monday. 7th graders will meet at 4 p.m. and 8th graders at 6. Students should have completed physicals. For details, email Coach Raleigh Thill at ptsc.k12.in.us. Breakers Baseball will host tryouts for its college exposure team at 11 a.m. Saturday at Washington Township High School. The fall and 2014 summer team is for unsigned juniors, seniors, and top-level sophomores. To register, call 219-309-3970. As expected, Tyson Gay has been left off the U.S. roster for the next month's World Championships in Moscow. Gay qualified in the 100 and 200 meters at the Nationals in June, but relinquished his spots after falling in out of competition drug test for banned substances.
I just got a call
Yes,
from
sir.
the BMW in Cherville. Apparently, Howie Long's son, the draft pick for the Bears, is there right now. So if you
Really?
want to go stop by the BMW in Cherville, you can meet him.
So what's his name?
Is it Chris Long?
No.
Kyle Long.
Kyle
Kyle
there you
Long.
go.
Come on, you're a Bear fan.
I am a Bears fan. Okay, I'm sorry.
That what? Did they say who called? What his name was?
It was the
Was it-
owner of the BMW in Cherville.
Okay, I thought it was Howie Long would call. I was
Okay,
going to
'cause
say
m-
get him on here.
Because my
Okay,
buddy,
Howie Long did not call
All right.
WJOB.
my buddy Sam Vukas works at the Cherville BMW. I was wondering if it was him calling. Did he say this is Sam?
No.
Okay. All right, cool.
You could have got on the air if you wanted to. Should have told him.
Sure. I should text
Well,
my
they-
buddy Sam and see if he's working right now. In
Text your
between the
second
break.
favorite person named Sam and just tell him.
I also have a cousin named Sam. You're kind of far down the list,
Dude,
bud.
You're way down the list.
Come on now.
Way down the list.
By the way, update on the Cubs and Brewers. They are scoreless after the third.
All right.
What's going on, Joe? With the Oilmen.
All right. The Oilmen starting their playoffs, the postseason series Tuesday. That would be tonight at Oilman Stadium. This article, written by apparently nobody, but it was on the NWI Oilmen website, does not have an author. For the Northwest Indiana Oilmen, the quest to repeat as Midwest Collegiate League champions that began on opening day will enter its second phase on Tuesday night at Oilman Stadium. The Oilmen host the Lexington Snipes in the opener of a best-of-3 playoff series with a spot in the MCL Championship Series on the line. The Oilmen finished in second place in the MCL regular season standings with a record of 21-13, while Lexington posted a 20-13 mark to capture third place. Northwest Indiana took 4 of 7 regular season game meetings between the two teams, edging the Snipes 5-2 on July 22nd after splitting the first 6. Lake Central graduate Jimmy McNamara, and previous guest on the show, is scheduled to start the series opener on Tuesday night at 7:10. McNamara led the NWI starting rotation with a sparkling ERA of 1.18 while posting a 4-0 record and striking out 35 in 45 2/3 innings of work. The Central Michigan University Southpaw most recent outing was against the Snipes on July 22nd when he allowed just 1 earned run over 8 innings to pick up the win. In his only prior meeting with Lexington, McNamara tossed 8 scoreless innings on June 20th. The Oilmen are 4-0 in postseason games in franchise history after sweeping the DuPage County and DeKalb County on their way to their league title in the inaugural season last year. For the second straight year, NWI enters the postseason as the number 2 seed after DeKalb won the MCL regular season title in 2012 and DuPage did so this year. However, finishing second in the standings allowed the Oilmen to clinch the MCL championship on home field with a 6-2 victory over the Liners on Sunday, August 5th, 2012. The Lexington Snipes are in their first year in the MCL but have been in existence for over a decade. Manager Billy Dubois guided the team to a third-place finish in the MCL standings. The Snipes strung together 4 straight victories to conclude the regular season, including a doubleheader sweep of Rockford on Sunday to snatch third place away from the Southland Vikings. The winner of the series will advance to play the winner of the other semifinal series, which is between DuPage and Southland, beginning on Friday in the MCL Championship. Your schedule is tonight at Oilman Stadium in Whiting at 7 p.m. Again, J. Mack on the hill for them. Game 2 will be tomorrow at Illinois Wesleyan University in Bloomington, Illinois, at 7 p.m. And Game 3, if necessary, will take place Thursday, August 1st at Oilmen Stadium again in Whiting, also at 7 p.m.
You going?
Nope.
You have a softball game tonight, don't you?
Well, I mean, tonight I'm going to
Oh, that's
the
right.
lake house.
Yeah.
Tomorrow moving into school. Thursday moving into my new apartment, and then softball.
Wait. You're going to your lake house tonight.
Lake house tonight.
Tomorrow you're moving down to school.
I'm going to school to move out of my old apartment because the lease ends tomorrow. Staying the night in a hotel. Thursday
move in.
Moving into the new apartment. Rushing back home for my softball
and for your
playoff game.
For the show at 2 o'clock right now.
Absolutely not.
Because you can't get up at 6 a.m., can you?
No, absolutely not. And I will be back. And it's a 3-hour drive anyway. I will be back Thursday night, hopefully in time for my playoff game for softball.
Yeah, they need Paul Konerko out there. They really do.
They need me.
Yep.
I'm a valuable number 7 hitter.
So you're like James Russell in valuability?
What was that word you made
like
up?
Valuability.
Invaluability?
So you're like James Russell? You're that valuable?
He is.
I think the word you're looking for is I'm invaluable.
Sure. Roll with that.
My invaluability?
Sure.
All right, I got one more story before we take a short break. Lake Central's Lizzie Seymour is stepping down from basketball. Lizzie Seymour was one of the region's top young basketball players her freshman and sophomore season. She helped lead her Indians to a sectional championship as a freshman. Then a slide into third base in softball. The following summer changed everything. She fractured her L3 vertebrae and sat out of the 2012-2013 basketball season. You ever break your L3 vertebrae?
I just never have, and it sounds so painful.
Man. Wearing a back brace, Seymour played 2/3 of LC's softball season. She has verbally committed to play softball at George Mason. Seymour has chosen to not play basketball for Lake Central this upcoming season, her last year in high school. She said it was a tough decision, but I was more worried about George Mason and my softball career. I wanted to get back to full strength. Last fall, Seymour was working out for basketball and came down funny, as she said. Some pain started. Minnesota wanted her to go to a college exposure tournament in St. Louis because the Golden Gophers were recruiting the infielder. She slid into third base, and she knew something was wrong. Her father, Bob, said, quote, "My God, she's done playing softball and basketball." But the Seymours got some medical help and found out the injury is common. She played travel ball this summer with the Beverly Bandits without a brace. She's been working hard at strengthening her core. She said, quote, "The fact that I didn't play basketball last season made the decision easier. I was used not to playing. So, there we go. Good luck to her.
Yep.
All the way.
I think we're going to have to take a break now.
We are. We have to.
We have to. I'm all out of stories for this.
Discuss my vast vocabulary.
Yeah, when we take a break, Sam, you go look up valuability. Is that what you said?
That's the word.
I thought it was invaluability.
No, I said I think the word is invaluable.
Okay, so
I think you said your valuability.
Yeah, I took a stab at that one.
Why don't you go look that one up there, Webster?
I'll give it a try.
All right, thanks. We'll be back on the Sports Jam.
News is next, AM 1230 WJB.
Sports Jam. Here's the onion story of the day with Joe.
My mic's off. Thanks for bringing us in, Sam.
Very nice, Sam. Very
Thank
nice.
All right, so here's your here's your onion sports story of the day. Ryan Braun says, "Never believe any of us." In his first statement after receiving a 65-game suspension from baseball, Brewers slugger Ryan Braun called on fans Tuesday to remember that every single word that he or any other baseball player accused of using steroids has ever said publicly is a lie. Please be aware that nothing we ever say is true, and when I say that I would bet my life I didn't take steroids, you should have stopped right there and assumed that I had taken them, said the former NL MVP, who went on to ask fans whether they really believe that someone who narrowly avoided a 50-game ban for elevated testosterone levels on a technicality could be wrongfully incriminated a second time in 2 years. If faced with either telling the truth or losing millions of dollars, or lying and keeping these millions of dollars, we're going to choose to betray the confidence and trust of everyone around us. Even when we make a confession, the truth is that we did so in a strategic attempt to prevent you from digging any deeper and discovering the really despicable stuff that we've done. Braun concluded his remarks by asking why reporters bothered to even write down a single word from his speech, since the entire thing was, in all likelihood, one big giant lie. Pretty true, huh?
Even though it's an Indian
That's
story,
true.
It's pretty true
he doesn't lie
because,
about everything.
I mean, the fake article makes a good point that if you're going to either be called a liar and have millions and millions of dollars or be called an honest guy who's broke, then it's going to kind of be obvious that you're just going to take the millions, right? For a lot of people, at least.
Yeah.
I agree.
Easily.
Most greedy athletes, it seems.
Don't you have something to read for us?
Yeah, I do. I got a little thing about the St. Mike's Parish Fun Fest coming up. My aunt is helping to run this thing, so I want to give a little shout out to this. Hopefully every day. If you guys can read tomorrow while I'm gone and Thursday, that'd be cool too.
Absolutely.
The St. Mike's Parish Fun Fest will take place Friday, August 2nd and Saturday, August 3rd, 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. on Wilhelm Street in Cherville, Indiana. Tons of fun for the kids. There'll be bounce houses, obstacle courses, dunk tanks, photo booths, face painting, and more. Also be live entertainment Friday night from 5 to 7. All in a Day will be playing. From 7 to 11, it will be the Unstoppables. And Saturday evening, 7 to 11 p.m., Together will be playing. Harlow said yesterday on The Fix that he has heard Together, and he is a fan. Food booths will include hot dogs, hamburgers, sausage, pizza,
Smith,
and much, much more. Dinners 5 to 8 p.m. in St. Patrick's Hall inside the air-conditioning St. Michael's Church. Adults, it is $10. Children 5 to 12, $5, and children 5 and under free. Beer and pop are additional charges. That is for the dinner, I believe. Beer garden and casino games 5 to 11 both nights. Also, there is a $100,000 mega raffle that you can take part in. There are the number one prize in this raffle, $50,000. That's a lot of coin.
That is a lot of coin.
And then there are prizes all the way up to 101 winners.
Joe can maybe pay for 1 month of his apartment with that.
Yeah, I'll buy the apartment for that. So you have I believe the odds, she told me yesterday, I believe 1 in 20, I think, are the odds of winning.
To win 50?
To win something.
Oh, to win
No,
something.
not to win.
Okay, I was going to say.
To win something. I believe the lowest prize is, what does it say, 200?
It's a
You got the
200.
thing in front of you right there?
17th place to 101st place is $200.
Yeah, and then obviously incremental up until the number one spot at $50,000. So you can buy your tickets, I believe, at the fest. You can also buy them on the website, www.stmichaels, that is stmichaels-parish.org. Make sure you check that out this weekend. I'll probably stop by probably Friday, because Saturday I picked up that Chili's shift. So Friday I'll be there. You guys should check it out as well.
The drawing is at 10 p.m. on Saturday. For information, call 322-4505.
Alrighty. Let's talk about Adrian Peterson, shall we? Sam, what's that?
Why not?
That story that you saw earlier today about AP?
Well, the Vikings
All day,
running back Adrian
AP.
Peterson predicts he will pass Emmitt Smith's all-time rushing record by Week 16 of 2017. The record is 18,355 yards. Peterson currently has close to 9,000 yards, and he needs to average 1,926 yards per season. He plans to get a couple 2,000-yard seasons in there, which no one has gotten multiple.
So he needs to average basically what he put up last season.
Which
almost.
was remarkable. He almost broke the single-season record held by Eric Dickerson.
Right. And a lot of people thought Barry Sanders was going to break Walter Payton's record, and he quit, okay? But he didn't. He obviously quit the game of football, and he wasn't going to make it either way, I don't think.
Now, the way I see this is it's kind of like the same – it's very similar to the Derrick Rose, where Derrick Rose came out and said he's the number one player.
Well,
I think it's very similar. Does it cross the line of cockiness or confidence? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, because last year I believe Adrian Peterson said he was going to beat Eric Dickerson's single season record.
right,
He ended up only 9 short.
but he didn't. He didn't do it.
Yeah, but he was 9 short.
But he didn't do it. He said he was going to,
And
but he
then
didn't.
his goal for this season was to rush for 2,500 yards, which is amazing. And I don't think there's any chance he's going to do that because he'll crush Dickerson's record if he does.
Right.
And then now this goal. I read a little more into the story about Adrian Peterson saying this, and he was kind of coerced into giving an answer. One of the reporters said something like, "Oh, you know that you were gonna, or you said that you were gonna get the 2,500 yards. You think that you already said that you'll beat Emmitt Smith's record eventually. Give me a week and give me a year." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know." He's like, "Oh, let me do the math in my head real quick." He's like, blah, 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 I guess 2017. And he's like, "Give me a week." And he's like, "All right, end of the season, let's say week 16. So I think he was kind of pressured into giving an answer. He didn't just come out and say, "I'm holding this press conference.
See,
this is the date."
Before the show, that's what Sam made it sound like. He just came out and said it.
And that is what I thought, too.
Right.
And I was like, oh, my gosh, that is a ballsy move to be saying something
Yeah.
like that. And then when I looked into the story, I found out he was more or less pressured into just giving an answer. And he picked a pretty lofty one because he is not even halfway there to the record.
Yeah.
So far in his career, he averages 100 yards a game. He would need, doing the math there, it would take him about 95 games if he averaged 100 or continued to average 100. That's about 6 seasons worth of games, assuming he plays 16 games in every season, so no more injuries. And he says with his prediction, it only takes 79 games because week 16 of 2017, 79 games away. To do that, he would have to average 120 yards a game. So we're talking about him having to up his production over his seasons 23 through 28.
Right.
And up that for his seasons 28 through 34 or 35 or 33. So,
do you guys think he's going to do it?
I do not.
If he plays till he's like 38, maybe.
I'm not talking about his prediction. I'm saying, do you think he'll break
Ever.
Emmitt Smith's
That's what I'm
record?
saying. I think maybe if he continues to play into his late 30s, I think he could.
See, the thing
But
with
not
running-
when he says he will.
And I think he thinks that this isn't Madden NFL football. You know, this isn't a video game that he's playing. This is real life.
It's a video game like prediction.
I mean,
he's not
last
going to put up
year, it was a
300
video game season.
Well, yeah, but he's not going to put up 300 yards rushing in one game like I do with him in Madden, 13. But
if he gets his 2,500 yard season, then his prediction is looking real good.
Yep.
But I don't think that's going to happen.
yeah, I don't either.
But, I'm still saying this. Like, we're back to the ESPYs. I think he's the best athlete in sports, honestly. Because he had the best season of his entire career. He almost broke a record with unhealthy knees.
Yeah, coming off that knee injury, I agree.
So I think with healthy knees, maybe it's possible.
Maybe it is.
You never know. He's almost superhuman feats last year.
Superhuman. Is that what we call him now? Superhuman.
Yep.
Superhuman AP.
We say that about like every athlete, though, who does something amazing. They always say
Especially LeBron.
superhuman.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know who's rushed for the most yards after the age 28, or after turning 28? Emmitt Smith.
I was going to say, give me a hint.
Emmitt Smith. He had 8,195 rushing yards after turning 28. Peterson's 28 now. So pretty much to beat Emmitt Smith, he's going to have to do way better than Emmitt Smith did towards the latter half of his career where he was dominant.
He's got a chance, though.
He's
at breaking it easily.
Yeah, he's got a chance to break it, but not by week 6 or
he
week
can't have
16
an off year
of
either.
2017.
Yeah.
Can't have one off year, or your chances are
Right. If he has an injury, not a chance, because then he'd be have to average like 160 yards a game. It's not happening. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hopefully have someone from BMW of Cherryville call in and give us an update on Kyle Long at BMW. Tell us what he's doing there and how long he's going to be there and whatever else is going on. We'll see. And we'll come back and do some headlines with Sam the Intern's intern. Step up.
Welcome back to the Sports Jam here on AM 1230 WJOB. Let me tell you what's coming up tonight. 3 to 4, it's Jed Flashbacks, hosted by your own Joseph O'Rourke. He'll be in there. What are you laughing at? You're gonna be here too.
Traffic and weather, dude.
Traffic and weather.
Joseph.
Joseph O'Rourke.
He's trying to remember what my last name
Exactly. I was the afternoon fix with Ron Harlett and Jazzy Renwick at 4 o'clock. The back room with No, it is Big Larry too, right? It is Big Larry
it's
the
Larry the
K.
K.
It's Big Larry the K and Big George at 6 o'clock. Sorry, Larry. The MCL playoffs: Lexington Snipes and Northwestern Oilmen at 7 p.m.
You're like Sammy Sprinkler from the Benchwarmers.
Sammy Sprinkler from the Benchwarmers.
You've never seen the Benchwarmers?
I have.
Seen
I don't
him.
remember
the guy's
Remember the guy,
name.
the kid that like spits all the time whenever he talks? He's like all stuttering and everything.
It's because I'm thinking of something else when I was reading all
What are you
that.
thinking of?
I was thinking Big George. I don't know because Big
You're thinking
George,
of Big George?
Big Larry, they're both big guys. So
But he goes by LTK.
I know, but
Not big LTK, not BLTK.
BLT. I know Larry's listening. I love you, Larry. All right, headlines with Sam. What's going on?
Well, for the first headline for today, Vice President of Referees comes out for the NFL, comes out and says that they will force Chip Kelly, new coach for the Philadelphia Eagles, to slow down his offense. Kelly's offense ran plays for his offense for Oregon last year on average every 12 seconds. Do you think it's right for the NFL referees to tell him to slow it down?
Is this talking about in-game?
Yeah, in game, like between plays.
So is a no-huddle offense no longer allowed?
They said they came out and said it's the referee's job to monitor the game, and that only in a 2-minute drill will that be acceptable.
See, when this
I've seen no-huddle offenses run outside of 2 minutes.
but they had that new rule where the referee is in a different spot now, right? A couple of years ago,
Yes.
he was behind the linebacker. Now he's behind the quarterback. Is that correct? I
Yes.
believe. So when this first came out, Peyton Manning had a problem with it because he ran a no-huddle offense when defensive players were coming off the field, and he'd get to the line and want to hike the ball, but the referees wouldn't let him because they were there in his way. So that messed up Peyton
It's
Manning.
stupid. Football games are so long as it is.
I know.
And that's what Chip Kelly's offense thrives on: quickness.
See, I think he can succeed with that offense in the NFL, but if the refs aren't going to let him, I don't think.
he's definitely got the weapons.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's got LaShawn McCoy. He's got
Deshaun Jackson's
he's got
out there.
Michael
You got
Vick.
Michael
I think
Vick.
can not get hurt.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is really going to hurt Chip Kelly.
Really, I think he's going to fight this.
It sounds
honestly.
like-
he's not going to change his whole offense.
Well, how can you fight it? It's been in the league's rule for
Well, I think he's going
few
to try
years.
to explain that this is his offense. The speed is his
It
offense.
sounds like what needs to happen is the NFL referees need better conditioning because they need
Yeah.
to run back to their spots quicker.
There's not a lot of Ed Hockeys out there who
They're
are
not all jacked and
jacked, you know.
can bench a Buick.
Yeah.
Speaking of people out of shape,
They're gonna
Oh,
say
there we
speaking of
go.
Buicks.
Nice.
Eddie Lacy,
Mhm.
apparently out of shape, according to WJOB's own Mike Zajac.
Yeah, that was me.
Packers come out with a statement saying that rookie running back Eddie Lacy out of Alabama is in very good shape, despite gaining a whole 7 pounds since the combine in February.
They eat 7-pound
do you-
meals.
All right.
7
And
pounds
some
is
very
nothing.
unflattering pictures on the internet. Mike showed me. It's pretty gruesome. He looks like a lineman.
See, I texted my buddy who is
Gruesome?
he looks like, did you see them?
No, I did not.
All right. He looks like a defensive
He
tackle,
does.
like
He
a
looks like
short
DJ Fluker.
defensive tackle. And I'm texting my buddy. He goes, "Oh, it was bad angles." No, this is no bad angle, man. This is just 100-pound more.
No, there's
Eddie
multiple,
Lacy.
100 pounds.
I'm telling you, dude.
there's
Look,
multiple rules.
look at this
the
picture.
report said 7 pounds.
Look at the picture that was posted on Twitter, and the news articles have blown up. This guy gained over 100 pounds. Look at
you want to put
before
money on this?
Huh?
You want to put money on this?
on the picture.
No, on the fact that he gained 100 pounds.
Well, I don't know if this is true. I don't even know. That might not even been Eddie Lacy. Who knows? So
Well, I can clear this up.
Was
He
it
didn't gain
Warren
100
Sapp?
pounds.
I mean, how big?
I'm telling
You
you,
you
this,
gonna pull up
here's
a picture?
he passed his physical. So
Right.
if you pass your physical for a running back, you're obviously not that much out of shape.
I'm telling you, dude. I mean, he looks humongous. Look at this. All right, you're looking at the picture for the first time. What do you think about that?
Oh man, he looks huge.
He is. Thank
So
you.
what would the listeners
That's-
have to Google to find this?
Google, I just put Eddie Lacy fat. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That was the
What
first
does
one
that
up
tweet
there.
say? David Woods. I know a David Woods.
I'm sure that's not your David.
My David?
Your David
Said,
Woods.
wait, did Eddie Lacy eat Jonathan Franklin? Look at the difference in these two photos.
Just an unflattering angle, question mark. No, that is not a bad angle. That is...
His body's sideways in the picture, though. Like he's
No,
twisted.
man. You got to be kidding. Look at his legs on there, and then look at him on here. Okay? Check out this
He
photo.
looks like B.J. Raji, honestly.
He probably could go up against him and hold his own, I'm sure. I mean,
See, I'm
that's
hoping he sheds that weight because he's my first running back off the bench for fantasy football. So
If we had the computer still over there, Angel took our little computer
Yeah.
away, and we haven't seen it in weeks. Sam would be able to pull up the picture and put it on the website for you guys, but obviously it's not happening. But you guys got to Google this because
it's worth seeing.
You
It's
with
pretty.
me now?
it's not 100 pounds.
Are you with? Oh, come on.
It's not 100 pounds. He would not be on the team if he gained 100 pounds.
I don't know, but he passed that physical, right?
He did.
Somehow, some way.
Now, is there a different physical for positions?
I
or
would
is it
think
just-
so. Well, I mean, do they just mean physical, like?
The team physical before you go into training camp. Apparently,
But is it like a conditioning physical? Like you have to be a certain weight for your position, and you have to be able to do certain drills?
all they said was that he passed the physical for the coach gave him a physical, and he passed it.
'Cause, I mean, a physical could just say that he's healthy, he doesn't have injuries, not that he's.
Coach claims he's very good health.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy, head coach, says, quote, going through the conditioning test, he was fine. If we had any concern about any guys, they wouldn't be on the field. So I guess he's okay with him being humongous. I mean, big back.
But I mean, you're not going to come out and say,
Big back.
he's really awful. He's really fat, and he's not going to do good.
Let's go.
But I hope the Packers do awful anyway. Tim Tebow
Teeble?
Tim
Smith.
Tebow
Smith.
has been
has a great restaurant.
he's been all over the place in practice. He's been lining up as a wide receiver. He's been with the running backs. He's been a little bit with the quarterbacks. But Belichick, of course, Belichick not being known for his mouth,
I bet he hasn't been with the cheerleaders.
he has not.
Keep going.
So
Mike didn't like that joke.
So, according to the Boston Globe, however, Boston Globe's Ben Vollen, 99% of Tebow's activity with the Patriots has been spent learning the quarterback position. So, how do you think they're going to use Tebow?
As a third string.
As a bench warmer, hopefully he retires. Hopefully they'll use him as a towel boy.
You don't like Tebow?
No.
No.
I'm tired of everybody
Who
talking
does?
about him. I'm tired of you bringing
He's
him
never
up.
done anything wrong to anyone.
Jesus doesn't even like Tebow anymore.
All right.
Sick of him.
Not to go that far.
Sick of him knocking down his door all the time.
We told you not to even bring up Tebow because everyone's tired of hearing about Tebow.
I'm not.
I am.
Tebow mania.
Next story.
That's why ESPN's ratings are down.
Yep.
Here's a weird story. It doesn't top the story yesterday by Manny Te'o, but Anthony Weiner promo night. Richmond Flying Squirrels AA affiliate for the Giants. On August 1st, fans are invited to text pictures of their hot dogs, aka wieners, in honor of Scandal Night.
Yeah, this is
I think
gonna
this is hilarious.
this is gonna lead to some lewd pictures. I think they may regret this, but it's definitely getting people talking about the team. So I guess that's good news.
Yeah. I have no comment on this, really,
You have no comment?
about the hot dogs and Michael Weiner.
Surprised Sam got through that story without.
I'm
All right.
all right. Yeah. Do we even have time for this? I don't think we have time for this
So
call.
we don't have time for Jesus right now.
Yeah, so-
Jesus is calling it.
and I already know who it is.
Maybe it's Jesus. I didn't see an accent mark, but
There's no accent. It is Jesus himself.
yeah, we gotta go. So Jesus, call in next time, and maybe take the wheel.
Yeah.
Recently retired Dave Knish. Thanks for listening to us. Jed's baseball, basketball coach in high school. Hopefully you're enjoying your retirement. And that's all I gotta say.
AM 1230 WJOB Jet Flashbacks with yours truly, Joe Suck.
Watch me flip this.
Joseph O'Rourke
And Sam Speedo.
coming up next. AM 1230 WJOB.